What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
So it looks like The Wolf Among Us will be getting a current gen remaster in the pretty near future. So, an Argentinian games website called Press Over had some exclusive information about The Wolf Among Us 2, and was saying that I guess the development of the game has been completely restarted, and that Telltale Games was working with a game developer out of Argentina to work on the sequel. And that I guess this sequel is supposed to release sometime next year. But they also had information that The Wolf Among Us was going to be remastered for current gen systems to get newer players up to snuff with the series before the sequel comes out, because the original game came out a very long time ago. Well, what if I were to tell you that I can confirm that to be a fact, and that project is indeed coming out, and it's also going to be coming out for Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2. I'm pretty sure Nintendo Switch 2. But yeah, the project exists. It's coming out. It's coming out for PC, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, and not Xbox, apparently. So I found this listing, and this is for a platform engineer from Trick Studios, which just happens to be out of Argentina. And I think it was actually mentioned that this was the studio that was rumored to be working on it anyway. But yeah, so Trick Studios, a platform engineer, they were working on an unannounced remaster project for PC, Switch, and PlayStation 5. Like I said, it could come to Switch, but I think they're talking about Switch 2 because they're only really listing current gen systems there. It says worked with Legacy Engine for world-renowned AAA narrative games. Deep dive and documentation for Legacy Engine without previous documentation. So this was also part of the rumor. They said that they pretty much had to do this from scratch because they didn't really have access kind of to the original code. This is similar to what happened with the Nintendo Wii port of Okami. They didn't have access to the original code, so they had to kind of do things from scratch, and that's why some effects of the original game on the PS2 were missing on the Wii version, while some parts look way better, stuff like that. Well, it looks like something similar here, but I don't know why they wouldn't have access to the original documentation, considering they were working with the original developer, but whatever. And it says implemented PlayStation 5 support in Legacy Engine, implemented build pipeline for production ready builds. So yeah, I don't think it could get any more cut and dry than that. This is the studio that is going to be remastering The Wolf Among Us. And seeing as how the rumors said the part 2 is supposed to come out next year, I'm assuming that this is probably coming out this year, because if you even look, at least unless it wasn't completed when this person was working on it, it says it worked on it from April 2025 to September of 2025. So it could already be done, and that means it's probably gonna come out this year. But this is, to me, this is definitely confirmation that project exists, and it looks to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, or more than likely Nintendo Switch 2. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Are you a fan of The Wolf Among Us? Have you ever played it? I've heard good things about it. I've never really personally played it myself. Like some of those, never really tried too many of those narrative-based games, but I heard they're pretty good. So maybe I'll check it out. But it looks to be coming to Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, PC, but not Xbox. So let me know what you guys also think about that. Yeah, see you in the next video.